Good morning. It's Monday morning here in Cypress, Texas. I got up this morning at 4:45 and I read my scriptures, chapters 30 of Genesis, Psalms, and Proverbs. And there was a lot came out at me this morning, but what stood out the most was chapter 30, verse 5 of Psalms. I'd heard this verse many times. His anger is but for a moment, but his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Okay. So I'm laying in bed meditating and I get a call. I mean, it's like this nudge that you can't ignore. So I get out of bed and I sit in a chair and I pray inside the bed. Right? And I am just grateful to God. I am in awe. There's times in my life where I know it's his hand on me. The day that I came to know that God was real was February 20th, 1994. And I had wanted, I was in a situation that I wasn't going to be able to do something that opened up to me. I was boxing at Texas West Gym in Castroville, California. This old guy, 90 years old, training fighters. And a bunch of them fought on ESPN. I'd seen them. And I was sparring and I was whipping them. And I was going to maybe have to be they were going to like talking about making me be a study hall monitor in Monterey at BLI. And that would have been during the time that I would have been working out at the gym. And there was this young cat. He had really ticked me off at first. We were moving these big old heavy lockers, like 3 stories down, and he just put his hand on it. He wouldn't help carry nothing. He just pissing me off. But I was at the time in my life when rather than biting his head off, I decided to have a talk with him. So I took him to dinner at Denny's and got to hear he hung sheetrock. That was what he was doing before he joined the Navy. And his senior project, he taught himself how to read and write Japanese. And nobody thought he could do it. Nobody, told him to pick easier projects, and he stuck by his guns and did it, and he did it. So I had him and a bunch of guys. We went to San Jose for hear a speaker, and talking about self-reliance, and it was pretty motivational. And that kid, I took him to Kmart and got him a tie. He paid for it, but I took him there to get a tie and made him look presentable, right? And he had a curfew, and we weren't going to make it back. So I'm like, dude, I'll take responsibility. And I did. And I got in big time trouble. And I had to go to XOI and for it. And, you know, they were talking about captain's mast and all that. And they had a project hanging sheetrock in the cruise lounge, and that kid was just reduced to being a gopher. Hold this, get this, you know, where he could have done the whole thing, you know. So I was gonna teach him leadership, and I'm headed down the hallway, and I see the chief. Chief, I'm looking for you. He goes, Pastor Lloyd, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you too. And he goes, you go. I go, you go first. He goes, we need somebody to work at the gym. And that second, I knew it was God. All right, and that was the day I started pouring into the Bible, reading the scriptures. Okay, so I just had this happen. This is one of them times where my business and my faith come together, and you know, I'm made a goal to have like 4 appointments a day for the next 10 days. That's 40 appointments, right? And so I got my 4 appointments had set for today, but I had only one set up for tomorrow. And I was going to go to the office after service and grind and set appointments. And the apostle calls me up, edifies me in front of everybody, and has me talk, and tells everybody to get with me to help them with their finances. And I got 28 appointments set for between now and next Saturday. And I mean, and you know, I like to do this. I've done it. I mean, I love digging in and looking at somebody's picture and helping them change their, you know, just a couple things. It'll change everything in the way they think and what they're doing. They can make the huge difference in their life. Huge difference. And it's like, I love teaching shooting. I love teaching boxing. I love it when I give somebody advice and they do what I tell them, and they end up, you know, getting in shape and losing a bunch of weight. And that's happened many times, right? But there's nothing like, you know, especially, you know, you got a couple and they're struggling, and you can show them, you know, just a couple things to do, and it'll change, and it changes their life, man. And they get confidence, and they have hope. It's something else, you know. And here I am. This is exciting. This is so exciting. And so here I am in my prayer this morning, and I'm just not too long, you know, trying to memorize that scripture running through my head. But because I forget the first part of it, and but then I just like pouring into God and just giving Him gratitude. Man, it's just so obvious that He had His hand in it. And, you know, and I just did what I do. I just put my effort in there. And I keep saying, you know, even God can't steer a parked car, you know. But once you make that effort and you take that action, and then He comes in and it changes everything. All right. Have a blessed day.